Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Giao concedes a free kick for that. Giao is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
Vietnam with the corner, they're first. Defending of the desperate variety. Up he goes! He's delivered all right!
Well, what a statement of intent. Who better to be the one to have the first say? A cracking opening to this game.
Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
Japan finding themselves unexpectedly behind. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Hakimi gets over and intercepts.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Haaland. And it's Soboslai. Oh, easy pickings there. That's a pretty loose pass. Threads one in. Picked out brilliantly. Japan have it back and can go again. Musiala. Now it's Dembele. That's Partey. Bruno Fernandes. And he's chosen to go back.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Now this could be a chance. And it's Musiala. Might be danger here. Bruno Fernandes. Showing great feet there. Musiala. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nicely aimed pass. Bruno Fernandes is the guilty party there. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Ruben Dias. And here's Osimhen, and he's in on goal. He has found the way through. Plays it across.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Konate. And it's Partey. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Soboslai played in deep, and that should get the job done. And he's had it nicked away. Dembele absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Chance for a shot! It's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible.
A header! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And it's Rice. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And here's Dembele. Nicely weighted ball. He's got away. Tries the header! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they're at it again in double quick time. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
A case now of complete control. Griezmann. Well cut out. No margin for error there at all.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Goes for a shot! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. A thrilling end to the half there, one that very nearly changed the complexion of this game completely. There's the start of the second half. Japan didn't have a great first half. They need a change of fortune. Valverde. And here's Osimhen. Aimed beyond the defence. Takes aim and crosses. And that's the keeper's ball. Musiala. Gabriel. Tuanmax55. Passing is crisp and sharp. For Szoboszlai. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Musiala. Dembele. Looking to play him in. It's played through for him.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And it's Hakimi. That's good play. Bruno Fernandes! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Really well taken goal. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
So is this the start of a comeback? Griezmann was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Griezmann. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Osimhen. Tries to pass it through. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Gabriel did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Tuanmax55. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Partey. Dembele. Could move up a gear here. He can get that clear. That's a throw. And it's Palmer. Soboslai looking to run onto it. Ah, he's given it away. He's found a way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he's managed to get free. Ruben Diaz. Soboslai. He's shifting through the gears here. Mbappe is onto this. Japan still have the cards to affect this game. And here's Palmer.
Oh, great feat, that.
It could be in here. Kimmich, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Haaland. Well read, and the danger is averted. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Japan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Bullish header! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. In with the challenge. Can he get it through? He's picked his way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Mbappe! He should have put that one away.
Oh, you could tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as they're a couple of goals up.
This their second corner of the game. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. He's had a shot! And somehow he managed to miss it. Just eases him off the ball. Rice. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Now the ball's gone astray. Played out wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It's a promising position, and it's Eze. Rice. Kimmich. Nice looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. And that's been won straight back. Now, what about a counter-attack? And that's a good ball. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Japan have themselves a chance from the spot. The major moment in the game. And he's buried it, 1-0. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Vietnam finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And it's Musiala. Just eases him off the ball. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Yellow or red? It is red. Japan are now forced to play the bulk of the game a man short.
It looked avoidable and unnecessary, but it makes you think that he was trying to intimidate.
Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. Now it's Musiala. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And he's there to clear it. And he's gone looking for safety. Nuno Mendes. Now Ruben Dias. Japan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Picked out brilliantly. Chouameni. That's a little off target. Threads one in. Thinks about the shot. Out of play for a throw. Hakimi. Haaland chasing after it. Szoboszlai. Now it's Haaland. That's a sharp pass. Can he get it through? Nicely weighted ball. There's no fun. The finish! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Tuanmax is there to clear. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Engages and forces him off the ball. Giao. Hakimi tries to pass it through. Deep cross.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Partey to Osimhen, and it's Dembele. Konate. Rice running with the ball. He's given the time to pick a pass. Rice. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Always onto this. Musiala plays it in. Goes for a shot! Decent chance, made possible by a very decent ball.
Oh, that really should have found the net. The service was faultless, and I'm going to leave it there.
Japan have rung the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. Hakimi. Now, he's got space here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And here's Dembele. Dembele! And it's in! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
What do you think now about that goal?
Yeah, and anything that's hit low with real pace like that makes it so much harder for the keeper, and he was never going to get to that.
Vietnam grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And it's Tuanmax. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And the shot! And that is wildly off target.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking for options for movement. Soboslai. Oh, well played. Hakimi. And it's made its way to him. Bruno shot a goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. The ball is on the spot. Here we go. Goal! Japan! Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Japan take the lead. And it's Dembele. And he welcomes it in. And he's in. Tries a shot! Oh, taken with style. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction.
And it's half-time here. Japan are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. So your views on the first half?
Well, we've seen at times it can be harder to play against 10, and that seems to be holding true so far. Something I've experienced in the past, and with this sort of intensity and fearlessness, who knows, they might just get something they want.
Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. He's had a shot! It's in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. You don't keep those outs. He just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Vietnam go into the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Well, they've got it again. Giao. Japan looking to pass their way through. Out towards the flank. And Giao. Osimhen under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
He gets big! They want to be quick to recover this. Nicked it back promptly. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. 60 minutes played. Vietnam finding their passes. And smartly... Oh, shooting chance! Off the post! Oh, can he get onto this? Japan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Raya punts it upfield. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Great vision. And that's been slipped through. Shoots! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. Giao. Tuanmax55. Giao. Now it's Haaland. Cross into the ball. Gets his head on it! He's scored! And he is just ripping it up! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
This is quite a battle.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Not the most accurate pass. Good ball, good take. He's got away.
Vietnam really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Chooses to go back. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Looking to play him in. And he's on a charge. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Looking for a corner. And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. Japan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Rafinha. Oh, sweet feet. He's picked his way through.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Gabriel, Osimhen looks to get on the end of this. Palmer, this is promising. Mbappe ploughing through the middle. Goes for the shot! It's hit the crossbar. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Well, that is one way to stop him. Rice with the foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. That's it. We're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time. "90 minutes gone and nothing between them still." And that's gone route one. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Rice. No, no way through. And here's Osimhen. And here's Haaland. And he has been fouled there. So Japan have a free kick.
Yeah, that's such a good position too.
And a shot! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Now it's Osimhen. Rice. And it's Van Dijk. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Gabriel does really well to win the ball there. Matheus Cunha. Played into space. Spread neatly. Tonali. Martinez. Japan needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And it's Tonali. Tonali puts his foot on the gas. Plays a shot. Takes a shot! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! And that's it for the first half of extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And so the last chance to find a winner. They have given it everything. It's been grueling. But who will be standing at the very end? Ødegaard. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Van Dijk. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's a good run down the left. Played out to the left flank. Now that looks a decent ball. He's on it. Can he get away? Now there's a fine ball. Oh, what has happened here? Rice did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that. Rice. Van Dijk. Van Dijk goes steaming forward.
Japan really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Now it's Matheus Cunha. There's the shot! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Japan illustrating perfect. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And already we're underway here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
It's very hard to miss this guy, Haaland, when there's all 6'4" of him. A player with great football pedigree in his family.
It's Griezmann! It's off target and by quite a way.
Griezmann probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Now it's Osimhen. Szoboszlai.
Oh, really well played.
Spread neatly. And here's the chance to counter. And that was very necessary. And he's had it nicked away. Tries to play it through. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to get it clear. Ruben Dias. Ah, he's given it away. Now there's a fight. And the finish! Goal! Japan! And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Out towards the flank. Rice. And here's Osimhen. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Osimhen. Nuno Mendes proves too strong. Great vision. Oh, that looks a good ball through. And it's Szoboszlai. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Haaland looks to get on the end of this. Haaland. That's very neat. Szoboszlai. Deep cross. Ruben Dias getting this one. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Bruno Fernandes. He's on it. Can he get away? Chance for a shot! Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal.
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
And it's Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai plays it in. It's out for a goal kick. Rice. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Hakimi. And it's Dembele. He's got away. This looks promising. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And the shot! It's a goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Vietnam are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Vietnam get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Valverde. And he's picked it up out wide. He's got tall. Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
And it's Bruno Fernandes. Well, they've got it again. Rice. Vietnam looking to pass their way through. Look at the space here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. That's the keeper's ball. Vietnam have it back and can go again. That's good vision. Courtois claims comfortably. Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And we are already promptly back underway. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Bruno Fernandes looking to add to his goal. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. And he's made sure that's not getting through. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Bruno Fernandes. Can he get on the end of this? And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Rice. Now he's off and running. And Mendes. Rice. Now it's Osimhen. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And it's Griezmann.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Vietnam are looking to break at pace. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Aimed beyond the defence.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And he's lifted it over.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's nice. Partey.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He's in a great position. Oh, smashing header! It's there! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
Japan go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
They've seen the light and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Japan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Gets his head on it! Has another go! Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Japan have their second corner now. Up he goes! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. Great corner, and he did the rest. And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Now it's Osimhen. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
Well, this is his opportunity to make the stage his own here.
Look at the real chance! He's delivered all right! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Japan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Looks to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Griezmann. That is a brilliant interception. Vietnam do have a chance to counter here. He has found the way through. Drilled in low. It's in! 2! And we've barely begun here. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down.
Osimhen! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's quick to get it clear again. Japan are in serious threat of getting left behind. 2 goals down already. And he's heaved it away and claimed it back swiftly. Tuanmax55 looking for the run.
Japan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
He's tried one! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Szoboszlai aimed beyond the defence. Valverde out towards the flank. Has crossed into the middle. That's a decent clearance.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Keeper's dealt with that. Nice control. That's a throw. And it's Szoboszlai. Quick look, then plays it in. Now it's Dembele. Now it's Osimhen. Van Dijk with the slide tackle there.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And here's Osimhen.
Osimhen really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Osimhen. And here's Griezmann. Bruno Fernandes. Hakimi receives it in a wide position. Vietnam trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Nice interception, well timed. And that has been clubbed away. Van Dijk. And it's Mendes. Oh, can he get onto this? Griezmann. Oh, that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Hakimi. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And he's made sure that's not getting through. That's going to go a long way. Nuno Mendes. Now, can they get him away? Can he get on the end of this? Thinks one through. Gabriel. Now that looks a decent ball. What a throw in. Osimhen. Oh, it's come loose. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. And that has put paid to that. Played up towards the front line. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. And that's really well manoeuvred. Griezmann going full tilt down the left. Oh, well played.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And it's half-time here. Some first-half thoughts?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game. And it's easier said than done, as we know.
And we are already promptly back underway.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Rice takes control of it and he's on the move. Vietnam, disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Bruno Fernandes. Valverde. Passes coming off in quick succession here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? The referee's awarded a free kick. And he's going to have his name taken. And he's in on goal. He's found some space. And that's played in low.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about. It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Gabriel deals with that comfortably.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline. Vietnam couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Bruno Fernandes has got himself a free kick. Now that's well seen too. And he's forced to go back, spread out to the left. Rice, looking for options for movement. He's found a way through. Bruno Fernandes. To Osimhen. Played out to the left flank. Hakimi. Short changes him with that pass. Rice. Oh, delightful ball. Oh, good take in a good area. That's good play. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. This looks promising. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Haaland. Ruben Dias goes sliding in. Succumbs to the pressure. Giao trying to keep this in. And he welcomes it in. Takes a shot! Rafinha. Plays a sharp little ball here. Matheus Cunha. Defending was strong and firm. Threads one in. Oh, perfectly measured that. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get it through? Saka. Now the delivery climbs up big.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Looking to play him in. Gabriel. It's Kimmich. Alvarez. Into the last 5 minutes. He's shifting through the gears here. Martinez could try cutting inside here. Gabriel. And Rafinha. Alvarez. Passing is crisp and sharp. Knocks it into space. That is ended up in no man's land. Rafinha. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rafinha. And we're done. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end, virtually unavoidable. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
This guy, Roberto Carlos, really is a unique player, Peter.
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
The pace, the power, the set pieces, the way he constantly surged forward.
And a fabulous urgency about everything he does.
That's exactly it.
Now it's Mbappe. Incoming delivery.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Madrid do have a chance to counter here. Guardiola. And it's Modric. Modric. Lewis shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Yaya Toure. Now it's Mbappe. Modric. Ronaldinho. Iniesta. And here's the chance to counter. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
No, that pass has been well intercepted. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Picked out brilliantly. Chance! It's there! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Iniesta crosses. Out of play for a goal kick. Toure is there and he can pick it up. Guardiola is always scanning the pitch for targets. Madrid looking to pass their way through.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Gets a good foot in there. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Belletti.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cruyff. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that's a key interception.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
That is a brilliant interception. And he's only too happy to take that back. Yaya Toure. Now it's Mbappe. That's a good ball out wide. He is through here. Messi. Messi looking to add to his goal. Cruyff. Now it's Ronaldinho. And this is Ronaldinho. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So this to pull level. A formality, we're level. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Guillon grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. He won't be happy with that one. And that is as far as they're going to go. Luis Garcia, well read, and the danger is averted. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! He's got a goal! And they get themselves in front! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Foot in. Modric gets into a good position. It's a mighty effort! Really well taken goal. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And the first 45 minutes are up. So off we go once more.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Cruyff played into space and he cuts out the supply. knocks it into space.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Messi, looking for the run. Now it's Mbappe. Great defending, strong and determined. Lyon needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Goes for a shot! And he's found the net! Back to within one! Interesting! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
We have got ourselves a game here.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Edmilson is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we...
Bullish header! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now that's a lovely exchange. Messi, great ball, and he's in here. Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Aimed beyond the defence, and he was quick to react. Iniesta. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got...
And he shoots! It's in! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
This has become one superb game of football. Big chance! There it is! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Lyon take the lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, easy pickings there. That ball looks a good one. Messi.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now. They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And he's certainly onside here. Edmilson. And it's Modric. Now it's Luis Garcia.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Pepe did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He's picked his way through.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And he's been shifted off it. And he's worked it through. Oh, well played, well played. He can get that clear. Tries to play it through. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Albert Ferrer has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
Well, what possessed him to do that, Peter, I have no idea. It's not in keeping with the quality of the performance.
And this is Isco. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. And that is that. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very high-pressure game. I think it shows great maturity on the part of the players, and it was, for me, well-deserved and well-earned.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start, that is what they all want. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah.
It's a mighty effort! There it is!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Devoid of any complexity. Mbappe! And the ball's come loose here. Kaka. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Hion finding their passes. He's got away. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Forlan. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now, this could be a chance. And this is Ronaldinho. Turns and goes back. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Oh, good spread. Madrid do have a chance to counter here. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, there's a probing ball. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. That's a pretty loose pass. Great vision. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, the ball's gone astray. And the pass is intercepted. Yaya Toure. And it's Iniesta. Now that's a lovely exchange. Busquets is always scanning the pitch for targets. And here's Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
It's Ronaldinho! Good hit, kept the keeper honest. Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Hion have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Ronaldinho. Hion are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Ronaldinho. Iniesta can see things others simply cannot. And it's Iniesta. He's being urged to shoot. And here's Mbappe. Oh, well played, well played. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Ronaldinho. Bale in acres of space out wide. Bale. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now that looks a decent ball. And it's Cruyff. Well read, nice interception.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Albert Ferrer. Played in by Albert Ferrer. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Bale. Distributed tidily. The ball goes in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mbappe.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now, Albert Ferrer. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Cruyff. Time and again, they are repelled. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And here's Mbappe. Kaka deals with that comfortably. Looking for the run.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Hihon looking to pass their way through. That's a good ball out wide. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now, can they get... He's having a shot! Ronaldinho. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Aimed beyond the defence, and he's managed to get free. Tries a shot! He's got a goal! Two to the good, and they are... And that'll be the final action of the first half. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Played out wide, played back in. Iniesta knocks it out wide. Albert Ferrer. Bale. That is a brilliant interception. No, he's had it taken off him. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played. Well,
he's given it away. Albert Ferrer. And it's Iniesta. Yaya Toure. Oh, super ball! Well, that has not gone well. And he's found a big chance! We've got a goal! And the second half is off to a flyer! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. Hihon get themselves back into contention.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Looking for options for movement. Bale! Kaka. Not the most accurate pass. Yaya Toure. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, that'll certainly improve their mood. All the talking, both tactical and motivational in that half-time dressing room, seems to have paid off for the moment, at least.
Yaya Toure. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Knocks it into space. And he's onside. Now the ball in. Howson attempts a clearance. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Tries to play it through. Great chance!
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Iniesta, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Oh, good take in a good area. Deftly out wide. Madrid can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
And that's a good ball. Albert Ferrer. An instinct. He rises! Denied by an instinctive save.
Bale really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Ronaldinho could try cutting inside here. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the...
And a shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous. And he's kept his team in it.
Corner number 2 then.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. It's a really well-measured ball. He has found the way through, and that is expertly dealt with. And he's heaved it away. And here's Surlot. Back into the middle. Now it's Bale. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Guillon must do something here, and very quickly.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Albert Ferrer receives it in. He's got Tool! It's in! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time.
And that's going right the way across. Skillfully cut out. So nothing between them in 90 minutes, and we are in for extra time.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So all square, we need a winner, and we will be back for extra time. So our quest to find the winner continues. Guillon did fantastically well to force extra time, having been on the brink of defeat in normal time. In fact, you could say they're the better off of the two teams, at least psychologically. Albert Ferrer elects to cross. That'll be a corner. And he can clear it away. Solot. Can he get it through? Can he latch onto this? Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And here's Lewandowski. Backward it goes. Shot a goal! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Guti has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
And the counter is on. Now it's Ronaldinho. He's found a way through. Oh, smashing header! Oh, yes, it's there! Late in the day, this could well be it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that.
And he's had a hit! Loose ball now. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, he's fizzed it forward. That is good alertness. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Bale really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And it's Guti. And that's it for the first half of extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And so the last chance to find a winner. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. It's Bale! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Albert Ferrer getting this one clear. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Guti.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Bellingham goes hurtling down that left-hand side. That is lovely. And here's Lewandowski. Valverde, nicely aimed pass.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now? Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
It's going to be another throw. Valverde. Now Hausen. Albert Ferrer. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven, and whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things.